Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Roarin the Werewolf, and this is the first episode of my new RPG series, where I take those unknown, weird little Steam games that are of RPG origins with nostalgic feel to it, and take a first look at it, play maybe like an hour or so of it, and give you a good idea of how the game runs. Now, this is called Celestian Tales, the Old North. From the first appearance of it, the reason why I bought this game was mainly because it looks a whole like one of my favorite games of all time, Suikoden 2. Now, this can be bought on Steam if you're looking to have something small and simple to play. If you don't have a powerful PC, there's a whole tons of little tiny games that you can just play, and they don't even cost that much. But as I can see, this is controller friendly. So if you happen to have a game controller that is attached to your PC that you can use, well, this is friendly for it. Alright, let's go ahead and start the new game. Now, from first appearance, we can pick our main character. This is the single character that we cannot replace in party. So, let's see. We have Aria, which is some kind of knight, and then we have another knight, a defending shielder person, and we got a thief type character. Let's see, this person is a healer, if I can remember, because I played a little bit of this off camera before. So this is like a swordsman healer, like a paladin. Let's see, this is a half-elf archer. This is a human archer with use of crossbows, and this is a berserker with a two-handed axe. Now, I first started off with her, just to see her like little, she's half-elf, and just to see her little tiny story. But let me go ahead and start off with this character, Camille Rain. Born into a mercantile family, Camille was exposed to the outer realms through stories and lore told in books. Rational and progressive, she embraces novel inventions and radical ideas shunned by society. She dreams of exploring the wonders of the world, but nobility demands her to stay and serve the homeland. Each little character has their own tiny prologue that they can go through. Oh, there's a blue chest right there. Why are we here so early, Father? Because, sweet child, there are whispers of smuggled weaponry past our port. As Lord of Granable, I cannot have such rumors sully my port's name. Smuggled from the outer realms? Sharp girl you are, yes. But who would buy such a thing? No knight would use those weapons. Ah, that's the thing. They aren't going to be sold to true knights. Then it's for deserters? The one Lord Lecroix set out to defeat? The renegades are outnumbered. They also lack cavalries and heavy armors. These weapons can supposedly penetrate plate mail from long distance. With these, renegades can fight from afar and escape before any soldier can reach them. That is a clever idea, actually. What was that you said? Nothing. So, to catch these smugglers, are you going to raid the warehouse? Heavens no. Not that good for business at all. Me raiding a warehouse that's been paid for We merchants must keep up appearance. Then? Well, I'm going to talk to the head merchant and distract him. When I do, you're going to sneak into the warehouse. Find some proof that the weapons are really there, and then get out immediately. Me? But father, I'm not all well versed in swordsmanship. Then why don't you send Daniel instead? Your brother is too large to fit into the hole behind the warehouse. What if they catch me? Don't be caught then. Besides, they won't dare harm a noble, much less the daughter of the lord of this city. At worst, they'll just throw you out. Else, it's death that awaits them. Very well, I can see the logic in such thinking. Good. There they are. I'll go speak to them. Go through that alley. Right there, there's a hole behind some crates. It'll take you inside. Lord Robert, it is rare to see you walking the port. How can we help you today? So this is the hole. Here it goes. Oh, I can't get those glittering boxes and shit. Alright. Must not be seen. I should be searching for proof in this warehouse. Don't be afraid now. This is your duty. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a guard right there. Oh, shit. Huh. Oh well, maybe I'm just sleepy. Oh, okay. That was close. I should be more careful next time. Okay, from the looks of it, it's just... Yeah, she's just standing right there not doing anything. Okay, nothing in those. Nothing in those. How am I gonna get past this guy? If I take one step further, he's gonna see me for sure. Think of another way around. Can't fail here. What would be another way around? I don't see any other way. What the fuck? Do I knock over some boxes or something? There's no other way around. Yeah, there was no other way around. Damn, this warehouse is creepy. I'm not paid enough to deal with ghosts. Ghost? Holy shit. He goes back to his place of origin. Okay. Can't believe I made it this far. Just a little bit more. Now there's a save point right there. Looks like there's no item that we can actually get out of here. Well, it looks like we have to go in there. And something bad is definitely going to be happening to us. If anything, it's probably predictable. Okay. Our first save point. It's kind of loud, though. These crates, they look different. These are crossbows. So many of them, and the bolts are here too. How did they get these? They must have gone through all the way to the old continent. Oh, there's a dog girl. I'm a dog girl. Whoa, no one warned me about guard dogs. I don't suppose you care if I'm a noble or not? Grr. Alright. We gotta beat ourselves. We gotta kill a dog with a crossbow. Now, our first look at the battle system. It is turn-based. Oh, what's show info? Oh, that's the Y button if you have an Xbox controller. So far, we don't have any information on that guy. We have attack, we have skill. Sharpened bolt deals pierce damage to a target enemy with good chance to inflict bleed for 3 turns. And first aid lowers the enemy's aggression to Camille and restores a small amount of HP. Now, down here at the bottom where it has HP and stamina, the less times we actually attack, the more our stamina goes up and the more we are able to use these skills. So you have to somewhat strategize or build up stamina if you want to pretty much do whatever. If you want to use skills, then we have items. We don't have any of that. Defend and run, which we don't have yet. Attack, guard dogs. Man, the sounds are loud and shit. Man, that dog can take a beating too. Alright, right now we're not gaining experience for our kills. We will later. Such a fearsome tool. Even I could fight with this. What kind of people created this weapon, I wonder? This isn't the time to ask questions. I should return to father. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, looks like it fades to black and you don't have to do that shit. Father, I found these. What? How? How did you? Good work, dear girl. Sees these men and these goods. You know, her father looks like really, really creepy. I don't like the look of him. Wait, Lord Rain. We can explain. Shut up and walk, smuggler. There are crates of contraband in the back. I want those crossbows confiscated. Yes, my lord. Something fishy about these. Fishy about him. See, he has that creepy eye. That creepy eye look. These crossbows will be shipped back to the outer realm and resold there. Things like these are dangerous when they fall in the wrong hands. Better safe than sorry. He's looking to gain money out of this. Yeah, she's smart. She knows. Can I keep this one, father? Keeping a crossbow. Not very knightly weapon, that thing. But very well. It may keep you safe. Thank you. Speaking of which, how old are you this year? You don't know your own daughter's age, fucker. 16. She's 16? Yeah. I guess she does look like it. Daniel was your age when he became a squire. A squire? Oh, there's her brother. Such a fine squire I was. Daniel, fine work keeping our men out of sight. It's merely child's play, father. Now, what's this talk about Cammy becoming a squire? Yes, why me? I'm horrible with the sword. Even my mentors agree with that. I'm not meant for knighthood. Really? Looks like you can handle that crossbow well. But this weapon is different. Listen, Camille. This is for your own good. If you're not a knight, then you can only inherit the land through marriage. That means our family business will be taken over by your husband. Why can't Daniel inherit the family business? Because unlike you, dear sister, I am horrible at numbers. Sadly, very true. It stings more when somebody else agrees. You know, if you're knighted and later take over the family business, maybe one day you can lead our fleet through the caravan of slips. Lead a fleet south to the outer realms? Indeed. Hasn't it been your wish to see the world for yourself? Yeah, housewife can't do that. Taking care of the business at home? Yep, then it's settled. I shall send you to Levantine. Ovaltine. Be sure to visit every time I'm in town. Alright. There we go. Looks like I might have to come back for that shit. The seat of House Levant, first fortress of the north. Beautiful, isn't it, miss? We shall be proud to have such a city as the realm's center of trade. That tunnel in the city, that's the Cavern of Slips, isn't it? Indeed. If we go through it, we'll arrive at the mainland, Queendom, and if we continue, the Grand Flux will reach the Outer Realms. The Outer Realms. I wonder if it's the same world as this one. Have you ever sailed beyond the caverns? Can you tell me what it's like there? Oh, I have, miss. Once I've even gone all the way to Elena and saw what our former kingdom was. To describe what's out there with words, it's just impossible. I think. Of course you can't tell her. That's the way it is. The lands, the people, what they do, how they do it, everything is so different. Do you know that some places are even warm? It's like their winters have no blizzards like ours. Warm? The Outer Realms sounds like a miraculous place to be. A place too good to be true. Maybe if I do well here, one day I'll be able to see it for myself. I want to go out traveling and shit. Holy shit, that was loud as fuck. I had to take off my headphones there for a moment. And I have it on its low setting. As you can see, it's so heavily influenced pretty much by Suikoden series, because that whole intro scene is much like all the Suikoden games. And well, yeah, the artwork is okay, but the music is pretty decent. I really like that, though it being way too loud. I should I should do something about that later. Welcome, young ones, to Castle Levantine. Your journey must have been long and tiring, but I ask that you listen to what I have to say. Your parents sent you here so that you can learn under my tutelage. I may not be the best mentor of knightly arts, nor may I be the best in the matters of piety. But as bearer of the sacred sword Garu, I shall do my best to teach you. Man, Garu. That's another word for werewolf. Bitches. Camille of the Rain. How is your family? Lord Robert is in good health? He tries to give that impression, my lord, but my father isn't getting younger. I see. I shall send some medicines as gifts for him then. Your brother, too, earned his knighthood in these halls. I shall temper you in the same fire. I hope I can make them proud, my lord. Ah, isn't it Reynard from the house de la Fort? Stories of your might precede you. Yeah, you shall see them firsthand soon, my lord. Ha 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 ha. Your family are unsung heroes that defend the realm, Master Reynard. Do you think your own legend can someday rise up to their glory? I wouldn't have to agree to come here if I didn't believe so myself, my lord. Ah, what spirited youngster. I expect much from you, kid. Ah, Arya of the Godland Geraldines. I was surprised to hear of your coming. I am, after all, far from being the most busiest of knights. Mine, my lord, is too humble. The name Levant owes these for its praise all over the north. Faith comes in many shapes, my lord. Thine great wisdom is amongst it. 'Tis an honor for me to be allowed to learn under such a man. Well, well, I see Lord Gareth has taught you to be a progeny in the arts of speech. You'll no doubt succeed in the ballrooms, but there is more to knighthood than politics. I understand, my lord. I shall deliver thee my best. Listen, blah blah blah. My, look out how you've grown. I've heard you just vanquished another band of renegades with your uncle. Is it true? Indeed, my lord. Lord Uncle himself, Lord Uncle, led the skirmish to glorious victory. Lord Uncle? How's somehow an odd choice for a nickname, don't you think? Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I got used to calling him as such. That is all right. A niece is allowed to be fond of her uncle, isn't she, I guess? How's my brother-in-law doing? Still as relentless as ever? As fitting for the finest swordsman in the Old North, my lord. Good then. I hope he always stays that way. And let's see, we got young Master Isaac. My deepest condolences regarding to the state of the Golden Lakes. I am not very close with your father, but I shall respect his last wishes and take you in as a squire. Thank you, my lord. Is there something wrong? No. Something's troubling me, but I can't seem to put it. I guess I'm just getting old and forgetful. Now this is a rare occurrence indeed. It is not often we see an elf wishing to be a squire. Yet the badge you brought is your father's, you say? Yes. Well, they gave it to me to yield whatever her name is pronounced, blah blah blah, and said that she should show it to you. I knew him full well, Yelani. Your father was a good man, and if you are indeed his daughter, then you have the right to be knighted. Thank you for this opportunity. Lord, ye would cherish these days. First of all, through perhaps may I shown you how to correctly address nobles. Huh? Did ye see something wrong? No matter. I suppose it will take care of itself later. And knighthood. Such a thing is not a privilege given to those born of noble blood. It is a sacred responsibility given to us by the heavens and by those who came before us. Some might think that being a noble means being entitled. No, but that's not at all what it is. Nobilis obligations. A phrase goes, we are nobles not only in titles but also in duties. Your training won't be easy, squires, nor will it be pleasant. This isn't the place for that. I might not teach you how to behave in court, nor how to charge into battle atop a deserteur. But I will teach you the most basic and important tenet of knighthood, to perform your duties. Duties to our people, duties to our queen, duties to our realm. These are things that run our world. Husband dearest, perhaps you should keep the speech short. These young ones have just traveled far and wide to reach Levantine. I'm sure they'll need rest. Ah, yes. Yes, dear, you're right. Wow. Forgive me for the overzealous ovatory. I tend to get carried away at times. Perhaps most of the time. Let me show them to their rooms so they can rest. Very well. Get some rest tonight, squires. Tomorrow will be the start of your training. Jacques, Levantine Master at Arms, I shall be your mentor for the day. It will be glorious to start your ventures. I have no doubt of that. My, Camille. Aren't you a rare find? I've seen female squires bring dresses and dolls to their room, but never so many books. I'm sorry, Lady Sophia. I was afraid I'd run out of things to read. There's nothing to be sorry about their squire reading. It is an admirable hobby, but man, I'm talking too damn much. I do think noble women need to spend more time in libraries and less in front of the mirror. Do you really think so? I'm glad you find my interest acceptable. For the time being, feel free to visit the library or walk around the city, but do not forget to rest, Camille. Tomorrow your training begins. If you ever wonder where you should go, check the lore book to see where you should go next, and that will keep you from being lost, nor doing your best because you lack the proper rest, considered and disrespectful. I understand, Lady Sophia. Good, I shall leave you upon your own. Then you may find Levantine an enjoyable place. Alright, now we can explore the city. Oh, we got experience. We're at level 2. Let's take a look at the party screen now that we have access to it. We can pretty much swap in party members as anytime we want because they're always with us. Though I do believe later on in the future there will be a point where we have to divide in 2 parties. Usually that's the case with most RPGs. But we cannot change our main character out whatsoever. Status. We have weapon, armor, 2 accessories, and I think we get custom skins, I guess. So far we have 2 active skills, but we learn more later, and passive skills later on. We got power, technique, vitality, dexterity, Hit points, attack, pierce, defense, initiative, and critical. Inventory, nothing so far. Well, nothing big of note. There are key items. Logbook, where just in case if we don't know where we need to go, we can look. We got lore, if you want to read all that. Logbook is underutilized most of the time in factions, but if you're like me and come back to games after a long period of time and don't know what the hell you did, that is good. Now we got options. See, I have music all the way at the bottom, and it's this fracking loud. We can also change whatever actions we have, just in case if you use keyboard and mouse instead of controller. And we can load anytime we want, exit to the title anytime we want. We can access skills, but it looks like I have nothing to learn as of yet. I have no skill list that I automatically learn. Nothing to equip. So I guess we're good for that on that front. Let's go ahead and save it. Now we could talk to the other characters if we want, but they don't really say anything. And just true in its own RPG fashion, we can look around for stuff, and there's stuff that can be got. There's key items somewhere around here too. Yeah. I really do like the appearance of this, though the artwork, it kind of makes things look a little blended in too well. Like there are paths that you'll end up seeing, and you wouldn't be able to get to them, even though it looks like you could. Like these bookshelves, they blended in quite well. It's good to see new faces around. Welcome to Roarin. Do you fancy reading? Or are you here to find a book or two? You can find many things to read here. Go on and dig in. Now we find our first key item. I have yet to figure out where they go to. And we can also look at various parts of the city, though we can't access certain areas. Okay, let's go ahead and explore the city. Let's see if we can find ourselves some stuff lying around. I know that there were a couple of key items that you can get in the beginning. Maybe like 3 or something. See this is what I'm talking about. This blends in so well into the background and foreground. It's hard to tell that this is even a stairway, but it is. And that can confuse you quite a bit. Well, let's go into the next area. This seems to be a noble part where all the higher residents live. There's a save point right there. We got to be on the lookout for various items. We can talk to some of these people, but you know, most of them are not really that important. I don't see any sparkling. Ah, there's one right there. Another item we can grab. We cannot access that, but we can go that way. We cannot go down. And we cannot go that way. This church ends up giving us items to sell and buy these like little crystals that you can end up getting later. Okay. Can't go in the graveyard. Oh, we can go into the church. Okay. I see no sparklies. Automatic healing, awesome. And tiny crystals that we can buy. Revives and heals 75 HP, heals 100, removes poison, removes bleed. Yeah, special little crystals. Alright. I know that there's more somewhere. More key items to get. Just gotta be on the lookout. We can't go that way. I know there's one down there. Here's a couple of shops. This is a place where you can buy armor and various rings for your characters, so you could end up doing a little bit of more grinding for experience and money. Now this character seems to have a face, so he's somewhat important. I think later on down the line, but not right now. These traders we cannot talk to. Weapon shop we cannot talk to yet. Item shop though, this is where we sell our monster loot, though I don't know what use that they will have, because you can buy the monster loot too. I don't know. Alright, we cannot go down there this way. We go down through this way. And more. I wonder if we can go in here. No. No, we cannot go in there. Ah, I see one. Inquisitor. And I cannot go that way either. Is there anything through this way? Save point, a ship dock. Ooh. Sneeze. And nothing right there. I don't see anything on the wall though. Yeah, being in an RPG, you pretty much, this is one of the requirements you have to do, is search. Constantly search for new loot, new items, whatever that is. I hope I didn't miss any. I think I have it all. Inventory. 3. I think that's what I had before. I do know I find more later on, but I have no idea what the use were, what they're used for. Okay, let's go ahead and get kicked on with the story so we can start with the actual true battle system. And I think that will be it for this first look at this RPG. Celestian Tales. That's what I want to do. I want to start fighting, start leveling up, and show you how all that's worked. Now we should go to sleep and awaken in the morning. Yep, good idea. Young miss, the Master of Arms is waiting for you at the stables. Please meet him as soon as you're able. And here we go. You're late, Squire. Get here and start working. Now listen up, Squires. Horses are not merely beasts of burden. They are crucial companions for a knight. A horse gives one great disadvantage in combat, such as mobility and power from momentum. Did I say disadvantage or advantage? Whatever. A land strike from a mounted knight can devastate even the toughest of foes in a single impact. But power and mobility aren't the greatest advantage these horses give. Instead, it is to be noticeable. Mounted commanders are easily seen by their foot soldiers, their commands, and can be better heard. Baron Riverier, a legendary knight known as the Moonblade, is known to be very skilled in mounted combat. A knight's mount is his status symbol. Such were his words of wisdom. This is an outrage. Why must we wallow in this cesspit? We are learning to be knights. We are not? Are we not? We are learning to be knights. Are we not? We should be on top of these horses, not behind them. Unfortunately, Princess, that only applies to knights, not squires. Then what's the point of doing this? This is useless to learn what we will never need to do. To do this again or not isn't the point of training, Squire. Yes, you. You probably never do this ever again. But someone will have to. Someone will have to clean your horses for you so you can sit and lounge around lazily. Someone will have to feed them so they have the strength to carry you on their backs. Did you even notice that there are people, real people, doing all these things for you? That's right, that got you all to shut up. Just like what I thought. Then this is the perfect training for you. I'll be back in a while. Don't stop picking up those nice. Don't stop picking up those nice. Oh, nice squishy balls of dung. Oh, it's really hard to do this, see, when you're dyslexic. Grr. So when Lord Elaine talked about duty, he meant shoveling shit around the stable. The Master of Arms did have a point there, though. Most nobles tend to forget that there are people doing the small things we take for granted. I know, but still. I guess this is just not the kind of training I imagined it be. Thou and I both, Reynard. This kind of lowly task is truly beneath nobility. Please don't bite me. Don't worry, Camille. She's quite sweet, you see. See, you can pat her like this and she won't bite you if you're nice to her. I see. I'm not quite used to all these tasks. As with me, and I would imagine none of us is. Yet it seems Lucine and Isaac are unmoved by this horrible stench. How could you stand it? Me? Well, it isn't a bit different from me. I've been in the LeCroix's cavalry since I was 14. I'm used to horses now. 14? I would imagine they'll need some training before being accepted into the ranks. Was it because there was a LeCroix that was cavalry allowed to... oh, man, oh, this is so fucked. Whatever. Of course not. The LeCroix holds their banner with pride, and even I have to earn my place there. That's why my lord uncle started teaching me to fight ever since I could handle a weapon. Back then, I was 7, if I recall correctly. 7? Dear deuce, isn't it rare for a girl to train so early? Maybe. I've been watching my lord uncle since I was little, though, so it wasn't that odd for me. I guess it's the Ravager that teaches you. It's to be expected. Wait, what? You were trained by the Ravager himself? He's my uncle. There's nothing weird about being taught by your uncle. Yes, but not everyone has the privilege of being the pupil of the legendary Lord Severin. Yili is a little lost. Who is this person you're talking about? Lord Severin LeCroix, also named the Ravager, perhaps the greatest swordsman alive in the realm. Legend has it he has won 100 wars and has never been defeated in battle. I think I heard about him battling the Fae forces as well. Do the elves never talk about him? No, not really. We don't speak about humans that much in general. You just used to think that you were enigmatic creatures roaming the world outside the forest. If anybody's enigmatic, that would be the elves. Anyway, I want to personally see what someone trained by the Ravager can do. Is that the Challenge de la Fort? Hey, stop your chit-chatting, bitches, and get finished to work. If you don't work faster, I'll make you clean the chamber pots as well. Yeah, get to work. Finished, at last. Now we can take a bath. Oh, Master at Arms. A bath? Far from it. Your task for the day is merely halfway done. Yep. You see this entire carriage full of dung, you have to deliver it to Mudtown, west of the city. Mudtown? Is that a town made of mud? No, not really. So why is it called Mudtown? Because there's a river and it's muddy. I don't know. It's just a name. So why are we taking this dung pile there? Did they need it for something? For fertilizers! You got to send them fresh so the villagers can grow us good vegetables. That's... What's that I hear? Did you chuckle at me, boy? Another timid squire, I see. Not even brave enough to admit what he did. Is this how you want to live your knightly life, Isaac? Hiding when you are confronted? Is that wussy kind of life the one you're aiming for? If not, then tell it to my face! Manure isn't used fresh, Master at Arms. They have to compost for weeks before they can be used. If you use it straight from the horse, it won't be vegetables that grow, but weeds. Really? Yes. Fresh dung contains too much water, which makes it easy for weeds to grow. If you let it compost, the dung will dry up and make it easier for vegetables to grow. Huh. That's surprisingly insightful. There. Not so hard, isn't it, Squire? Now, instead of being known as meek, others will think that you're knowledgeable. You do seem to have a know-how about agriculture. Do plainsmen do a lot of farming? Not that much. I just learned about it. Now listen up, squires, this is a very important lesson. More often than not, traveling is a dangerous task. Elsewhere, roads are infested with wild animals and criminals alike. To mitigate these dangers, you should split into parties of 3 and prepare for encounters. A party of 3 can work well together. More than that, And fight turn cluttered and chaotic. Oh man. Also, while 3 stand in the front lines, the others can handle other tasks such as guarding the cart. I would prefer to take the vanguard rather than being the proximity of this horrendous stench. Me too. Let me go ahead and have a swing of my axe. You know, I'll take a while to have all you fight over who does what. So here's how it go. Camille, you pick 2 people to go with you and range ahead. The rest will stay with the cart and depart in a few minutes after. Do I have to pick? Well then, Okay. You can switch active party members to the reserve anytime out of combat. To do it, access blah blah blah, we already know. The active party team will fight battles. The party leader cannot reserve the blah blah blah. I understand. I already understand everything. Be careful, wild mongrels out there. The mountain roads can be treacherous. Okay. We can take a look at our party members. She has heal and protection, so yeah, she's pretty much a paladin. She would probably be best to have up in the front. Body protection and battlefield tyrant. She would be a good tank character to mitigate from the healer and the archer. He's a thief, so he does like poison damage or whatnot. He's a berserker, but he does have some defensive abilities, I think. Another archer, and I guess that's it. I think we already have the party we wanted. Let's go ahead and get started with it. Let's save it. And make our way west. And get started with the battle system. Man, I'm not used to that much reading. Reading aloud. I usually read in silence and fly by it pretty fast. Okay, now let's get ourselves in some fights. I think this is a safe zone. We don't encounter enemies here. Ah, yeah. Turn-based strategy. Now we got her to attack. These things attack a little bit more harder. Let's see, what's her skill? Raises enemy aggression to her. And raises her defense for 3 turns. Removes poison, bleed, and blind from the scene and restores a small amount of HP. They each have their own like restorative abilities. Some can be granted to other players though. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this to our tank. And her skills is protection. Arya gains shield, negating the next 3 attacks or up to half maximum HP. And regular heal. A nice bit of heal damage. Alright. Yeah, the battle system's pretty easy, but it's pretty neat. And once you start developing more skills, it ends up becoming much, much better. There we go, experience 5. We need more. We need more. Come on. Ah, another boar. Looks like Camille will have the initiative most of the time. Now, when doing all this, I usually grind up to, well, in the last one I grinded up to level 6 before I started doing anything. And there are chests to be found, so we'll go ahead and grab those. Ah, much more enemies to fight off. So, we'll start breaking in some skills. Doing some bleed damage over time. We'll have her take the aggression, and we'll go ahead and have her protect herself. Okay, let's do that skill again. On you. Inflict bleed damage. Attack the mountain spider. Alright, and do it one more time. Didn't work that time. That's alright. We cannot heal with magic spells, with skills, out of battle. We heal only in battle. You can use items though, out of battle. There we go. This should give us a new level, and maybe some of the characters might gain some new skills. There we go. Ooh. Haha! There we go. Camille unlocks projectile study. Lucine unlocks defensive stance. And Reynard unlocks tempered in combat. Everybody gains their levels the same. So even if you have characters on the reserve, they will still gain experience. So you don't have to worry about switching in or out party members unless you want to try their skills differently. So she learned a new skill. It's a passive ability. Increases Camille's chance to inflict status effects. That was her. She gains an additional damage reduction when defending. And reduces all damage from beast-type characters. Beast-type enemies. So yeah. Nicely done. Codes of Vitality. We got ourselves a new item. Defense plus 20, health plus 100. That can go to tank characters very well. Well, it can go to pretty much anybody if you wanted to. But I think that's it. That's all what I will take a look at. Going into new zones, end up respawning enemies if you want. And I will end up doing this, you know, whenever. Sorry there, buddy. You cannot get me. And you cannot get me. Now we'll just go back to town and save it. But there you have it. A first look at Celestian Tales, the Old North. A nice little RPG that you can buy on Steam. Yeah, if you like it, give it a shot. I like it. It has that feel of those old classic RPGs that I really like. The artwork is very good. The character design each have their own separate personality and what they like and dislike. You'll end up witnessing that much later on in the game. Well, a little bit later on than what I'm going to be showing, which, you know. And yeah. If you want, dive into it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat little game. Well, thanks for joining me on this first look at this RPG series that I'm doing. The first episode. I'm Roarin the Werewolf. You guys stay furry, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.